y'all, it's Jen, and I am going to do a quick wrap up of where I stand so far in October with my reading and with the readathons that I'm currently participating in or have just finished up. This is October 10th, and the GetGraphic readathon has just ended, and I am currently working on the Spooky Shelfie readathon, and I'm just going to go through the tags I've already completed and the books I've already completed. And I'm going to start with my graphic novels, and we'll go from there. I am finished with 8 books, and I'm almost finished with a 9th book. I will finish the 9th book tonight before I go to bed. And I have also completed 9 of the challenge prompts so far, and I will let you know which ones those are as we go along. So I started out GetGraphathon reading the Paper Girls volumes 1 and 2. I did not get volume 3 in time to read that for the readathon, but I am probably going to, because I need to know what happens next. These are weird books. They do take place the day after Halloween on All Saints Day, and it's creepy. It's got some time travel, it's got some alien creatures, it's got, I don't know, like I said, it's kind of creepy. The story follows 4 girls who are paper girls. They throw the paper out in the neighborhood for the people who subscribe. So the artwork in here is not probably my favorite that I've seen. I mean, it's not horrible. I don't know how to really judge these, but I definitely have some others in this stack that I enjoyed the artwork in it more. They were both 3-star reads for me. These did complete 2 challenges in the GetGraphic-thon. Read from a New to You series and read 2 installments from the same series. Next, I read Nia Moana, I'm not sure how you say that, by Noelle Stevenson, and this one gets really rave reviews, and I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I gave it 4 stars, and this also helped complete a Pop Sugar challenge for me this month, which is read a book with pictures. I don't know why I didn't think of putting a graphic novel to that one before. So, yay. Mark that one off. But this one follows a girl who is a shapeshifter, and she becomes the sidekick to the villain of this story. And they are trying to expose the good guys, the Institute, for what they really are. And it's cute. It's really cute. And the backstory that you get of Nia Moana and the Golden Loins and Blackheart characters, it's sweet. I really enjoyed it. It is worth the hype that it gets. So definitely check it out if you're looking for a quick, cute, easy graphic novel. And this one also satisfied the GetGraphic challenge of read a work picked out by a friend. Dylan the Reader 5 was recommending this all over Twitter for anybody who was wanting to read this graphic novel or complete this challenge, so I picked it for that challenge prompt. My next graphic novel is Blankets by Craig Thompson, and I started this and I don't know what I was expecting, but it wasn't this. This has a lot of religious undertones to it, and I definitely was not expecting that. It's very religious based through a lot of this work. Not bad. I don't enjoy things that are very preachy. And I did not find this preachy at all. So, but I just was not expecting the religious side of it. This is a huge book. It is over 500 pages. It did take me about 3 hours to read, but in that time I was also giving a kid a bath, preparing bedtime stuff, you know, those kinds of things. So eating dinner during all that. So it is a quick read. It's also all in black and white. Let's see if you can see that. But it deals with a kid growing up. It kind of goes through his lifespan. It starts when he is probably 10, 11 years old, and it goes through his life until he is an adult, probably in his 30s, really, or at least fixing to turn 30. You get to experience him coming to terms with his family and his brother and his parents, and some stuff that happened to him as a child, through his first love and his first breakup, and all of those emotions. You go through that with him in this novel, and I thought it was very sweet and well written. You also explore him, like I mentioned, it's very religious, and he kind of, you get to grow with him through that process where he is learning about God and trying to relate it to his life, and then coming to terms with things as he gets older and is more able to look at things in a more critical adult eye. I gave this 4 stars. I think it's definitely worth the read. I really enjoyed it. There were some parts that were very kind of gut-wrenching, heart-wrenching. This one did not make me cry, but I know it has made some people cry. For the Get Graphic challenge, it satisfied read a work with black and white art. It also would satisfy the prompt read a work of over 300 pages, because again, it's got close to 600. So that definitely qualifies. My final book for the Get Graphic readathon was The Sculptor by Scott McCloud. This gets very great rave reviews, and it is definitely worth every review it has. It is, for me, it was a 4.5 star read. The artwork in here is very good. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the relationships in this. It poses some moral questions. It brings up the topic of death and what would you do to be successful. What would you give for that? It explores life and love, and there's some mental illness in here. I just thought it was very well done, and this one did make me cry. There were some scenes at the end that were really touching and just ripped my heart out. So this was my favorite of the graphic novels I read. It's definitely worth all the hype that it gets as well. Definitely pick it up and check it out. I also liked the artwork in this one the best. And I really enjoyed the storyline in this one too. It actually only takes place over about 200 days. So it's a short time span that this massive graphic novel encompasses. For the Get Graphic challenges that this satisfied, it could go with either the read a work that was over 300 pages, because it has this one has almost 500. I think it's like 480 something. But it also is was my 5th graphic novel, so that satisfies the read at least 5 works. That is it for my graphic novel wrap up. Real quick, I'm going to go ahead and do the other books that I've read so far, and let you know where I am on the challenge prompts for the Empty Shelfie, because that is the only other one that is currently going on. Deja Dead by Kathy Reichs. I listened to that on audiobook. I gave it 4 stars. It was my Llama in the Library's October book, which was a mystery or suspense of at least 500 pages, and it is definitely a suspense, thriller, mystery type book, and it was 504 pages. For the Spooky Shelfie, this one I did borrow from my library. I already had it on hand, so it wasn't one I checked out for this prompt, but it does qualify, and it satisfied the read a book with a serial killer. And it also is going to satisfy the prompt, read a book where a concept, a person, a place, an idea terrifies you. Because serial killers terrify me. But again, I gave that one 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It follows the character, if you are familiar with the TV show Bones, it follows her character, Tempest Brennan, in her very first book. She is on a case where there are bodies being found of women in various age ranges. There's nothing really that connects them, but she thinks that some of the characteristics of this murder, most recent murder, fit some of the characteristics in some of the other murders that she has recently helped identify the people, the victims for. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry if the angle or the lighting or something weird has changed. My battery died and I had to reset it all up. So the next book that I've read so far this month is The Daughter of Smoke and Bones by Laini Taylor. I gave this book 4.5 stars. I have heard the hype about this book and this series from several different booktube people. The covers are always grabbing my attention, and it's been kind of on my wish list to be read, and I don't know why I haven't picked this up before now, because it's worth it. It is such an intriguing and unique storyline that I was engrossed in this, and I listened to this audiobook as much as I could. I think I probably finished it in about a day and a half. But I love the concept and the idea and the characters in this, and I can't wait to get back into that world. Hopefully in November, because October is full already. It's packed with books. So, I did use that one for a Pop Sugar challenge to complete it, and that is a book with a family member term in the title. But it also covers my read a book with a mask on the cover or in the title for the Empty Shelfie prompt. My last book so far this month is Almost Autumn by Marianne, I believe it's Curran. This book I read because it is supposed to be about a World War II story. It is set in Norway, so it is towards the end of the war, where Germany is starting to invade Norway and going through the process of taking the Jews that are in Norway and moving them all to the concentration camps. And it follows a 15-year-old girl as the main character in this, and then in her travels, her story through this with her family. I only gave this 3 stars. I have read much better World War II historical fiction novels. This wasn't a bad story, but the World War II Nazi Germany part of the storyline almost felt as if it was just kind of a secondary storyline. It was just, this was also going on at the same time, and it kind of affected my family. There was not any of the gripping, there just really wasn't a lot to that part of it other than just an occasional mention. It didn't go into real depth. It was all surface level stuff, and I just was really disappointed because there are some phenomenal books about the resilience of the people and the atrocities that they experienced at the hands of the Germans. and this one just fell flat to me. And there's not much more I can say about it. That does it for my wrap up. That was 8 books that I've read so far in the first 9 days of the month. If you have read any of these, let me know in the comments below. Let's talk about these books. So, if you have enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and until next time, bye.